Alright, let's talk about Titanic. A movie that's as iconic as it is ridiculously dramatic. I always wondered, why was Rose so obsessed with letting Jack go? I mean, I get it. The iceberg was big, but she could have at least shared the door. Like, girl, you had the entire ocean to swim in, but you choose to hang out with Jack on a door the size of a coffee table. What kind of sense does that make? Before we dive into the iceberg of this film, remember, 3 secret words are about to drop randomly. If you catch M, you get a prize. The first secret word is coming soon. Keep your eyes peeled. The heart of the ocean. Or maybe just a really expensive necklace. Now, we all know the most famous part of Titanic. The whole "I'm the king of the world" moment. But let's talk about that heart of the ocean necklace. That fancy piece of jewelry that basically made everyone's life miserable. I mean, was it really necessary for a necklace to cause so much chaos? People have literally killed for less. I'm not saying the necklace was evil, but it definitely had cursed object vibes. It's like the 1912 version of buying a Rolex with your last paycheck, and then, oh, by the way, it sinks to the bottom of the ocean. Rose. This girl has the world's most expensive necklace. But when the ship's going down, she's like, yeah, I'm just gonna toss it into the ocean. What's that? A necklace that could have paid for decades of therapy. And she's just chucking it like it's a gum wrapper? Look, I get it, it's symbolic. Letting go of the past. Yada yada. But realistically, that thing could have been sold and used to fund some serious ocean cleanup instead of being dumped with a ship like some kind of expensive sinking statement. Here comes the second secret word, iceberg. And no, we're not talking about the vegetable. Keep your ears open. The word's coming soon. Jack and Rose. The unlikely couple who couldn't keep it together. Alright, let's talk about Jack and Rose. Classic love story, right? But seriously, was it really true love? Or was it just 2 people caught in a chaotic situation? I mean, these 2 met for, what? Like 3 days. And by the end of it, they're ready to die for each other. Look, I've had some fast-paced relationships in my life, but these 2 took it to a whole new level. I'm not saying Jack wasn't charming or anything, but he was literally a stranger she met at dinner. And somehow, after a dance scene and some dramatic talk about class divisions, he's the love of her life? Come on, this is one intense 24 hours. And speaking of Jack, dude's got some serious mystery man energy. He shows up, wins some poker game, and is suddenly rich enough to get a ticket on the Titanic. Like, seriously? Jack, are you secretly a con artist or just the luckiest guy in history? The dude's just too cool, too chill, and way too comfortable on a luxury ship full of people about to be doomed. And now the final secret word is coming soon. Ship. Remember, folks, it's not just any ship, but the one and only Titanic. Keep your eyes open. That iceberg. And the ultimate, why didn't you just move? Moment. Let's be real here. When we're watching Titanic, we all know what's coming. The iceberg. I mean, it's literally in the title. But what gets me every time is how nobody thought to look out for it sooner. You've got these fancy, rich people living their best lives, and yet no one saw the iceberg? Maybe that's just me, but I'd be looking for anything in the water that wasn't a selfie-worthy sunset. And then, when the whole thing goes down, the ship's like, oh, we're sinking. Really, no one saw it coming. That thing hit harder than the last time I tried explaining to my friends how I always knew this was gonna happen. But at least we got the iconic music, right? Because that's what matters. The violins in the background are like, screw your sinking ship, let's have an emotional send-off. And sure, the ship goes down, but you're still left with a timeless love story that's been immortalized in movie history. The real Titanic takeaway. So, what's the point of Titanic? Besides reminding us that rich people can't catch a break, it's about how people find love in the most unlikely places. Sometimes, you've got to meet Q right before an iceberg, and sometimes, you gotta let go of that expensive necklace you should have kept for the good of humanity. But here's the real kicker. Jack could have survived if Rose had just moved over. She wasn't even using the door. I mean, come on, Rose. You've got enough space on that door to fit both of you. It's like sometimes, it's just about making room for people in your life. Even if it means making a little sacrifice. Just don't throw away the necklace in the process. And there you go. Remember those secret words? The first to comment all 3 wins. You get one shot at it, so don't waste time. Let's keep this fun and remember, Sometimes, the biggest thing you can do in life is just make room for others. Unless you're on a sinking ship, then maybe just look out for the iceberg.